Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt, and you are actually in my bedroom right now. And this is my grandmother's chair that I'm sitting in. It is a lot older than I am, but it's super comfortable. And this is going to be where I record my next, I guess you could call it a series, where we're going to be having like conversations about real topics. Where I either talk about things that I have been through in my life and talk about pros and cons and ways to get over some of these things, or people give me topics to talk about and they will be things that I will have to research and look into. My mom gave me a few good topics to choose from, one of which I have no idea what it even is, so I will have to research it. But I figured this would be like a really good, relaxed kind of environment. I'm sitting in a nice squishy chair. I've got my little throw blankets back here. This one I've had since I was 15. This one I got when I was like 20. I've got a pillow over here that somebody made me that has like Tinkerbell on it. So it's like a nice comfortable chair. I will probably sit here and crochet for some of the videos. So if you don't mind that, because sometimes I don't like sitting and just doing nothing. That like drives me absolutely nuts. And this was like a scarf that I started a couple years ago, so I kind of really need to get it finished, I guess. Not that we really need scarves in Florida, but it might be nice to actually have one. And so I'll probably sit here and just talk about random subjects and crochet with you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy this series. I did ask in a live stream and talked to a couple of friends and asked what they thought I should call this series, and they said call it Real Talk with Rebecca. So that's what we're going to call this. It's going to be Real Talk. The camera's actually set up on my bed, and I might sit on my bed sometimes, might sit on my altar, might sit in front of the closet doors. I don't know. But I will be talking about various topics that some people either won't talk about, might not talk about, or don't think to talk about. And I know it'll be different from my channel, but it won't always be makeup related. I see a lot of stuff that goes on online, and I have several college degrees. I have been through so many psychology classes, it's not even funny. And I think the last psychology class that I took was criminal psychology, and I almost lost it in that class. It was probably one of the most difficult classes that I took out of all of my psychology classes. And I loved like my sociology classes. Those were like so interesting to me. My human studies class was very interesting. And just the, I think, aspect of having to get into the head of a criminal, think about the things that they think about, process them, analyze it, figure out why these people were the way that they were, I think is one of the reasons why it kind of like pushed me over the edge. Because in most normal psychology classes, like with abnormal psychology, you look at all of the different disorders, what causes them, what the symptoms are, how people get them, what the treatment plans are for them. And you really kind of start going, I have that, and I have this, and I have this, and I have, oh my God, I have like all of the, and you start thinking about everything that you have that is like the diagnosis or the prognosis that you are researching, that you're studying, that you're looking at. And we can kind of self-diagnose at those points. And I know I wasn't the only one in the class that had those issues. But I think with criminal psychology, trying to get into the headspace of somebody who thinks a little bit differently than most people, I think kind of put me to my breaking point. After that class, I talked to my advisor. I said, please tell me I don't have any more psychology classes after this, because if I have to take another one, I'm gonna rip all my hair out and scream and probably end up in a loony bin myself. I said, I can't do it. I just can't. And thankfully I didn't have to take any more psychology classes after that. But I'm not going to come and approach this as somebody who has a variety of education. I might throw in the fact that I have education on those things or have studied those topics in school, but I can't get a job with my degrees. One, because I had a heart attack 12 years ago and a stroke, and I was legally dead for 3.5 minutes. And most places won't hire me because I now have multiple heart conditions, and so I'm a health risk. Then there's the other people that tell me that I need up-to-date references and why haven't I worked since 2007. And when you try and explain the health stuff, then it throws up another red flag and they don't want to hire you because of that. So I figured, why not put my experience and my education to use in another way and maybe try and help people and use my own personal experience in this as well, about talking about some of the topics that most people probably won't. 99% of these videos will probably be like limited or no ads because some of the other topics I've talked about, like my fibromyalgia video got demonetized on YouTube. My videos on my cancer stuff, my health updates, all of those got demonetized. Of course, I know my sexual abuse video, that got demonetized. That I kind of was expecting to be demonetized. But the thing is, YouTube doesn't want people to talk about this kind of stuff, and a lot of people pay money for therapy. And trust me, I've been through therapy, I've been through counseling, and I've worked with licensed mental health counselors, regular counselors, psychologists, and psychiatrists. And I've had a number of labels put on me over the years. And I do have my medical documentation that says that I've been diagnosed with this, and these were the meds that they tried, and nothing worked. And, you know, coming from somebody who has all of these labels that the medical professionals seem to want to just, you know, stick a sticker on you and send you off, you know, to the pharmacy to get drugs, and then you're fixed, you're good. I haven't taken prescription medication since February of 2018. So any medications I was taking for pain, muscle spasms, seizures, heart conditions, blood pressure, anything that could potentially also help with psychological issues or psychosis or anxiety, depression, things like that. Any meds that I was on that also kind of like did double duty for things, because I know my fibromyalgia medication is also used to treat neurological conditions and other mental disorders. So I haven't been on meds for almost 2 full years now, and a lot of people have seen a huge change in me personally from how I act, how I approach things, how I'm thinking about things, and the way I do things and the way I act and things like that. And it's really kind of got me thinking that I wonder if all of those meds were causing one side effect or another that kind of made other things kind of happen. So I also have that aspect that I can think about when approaching this new series for my channel. So you're going to find me here laid back, probably in whatever clothes I was running around the house in, or whatever t-shirt I slept in the night before. I might or might not have makeup on. I might have my hair up or down. It could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning when I record these. Now, if I do it 2 o'clock in the morning, most likely my bedroom door will be closed because that's when, you know, Dad's asleep, and my bedroom shines, the light shines underneath his bedroom door and it irritates him. So, but I figured, you know, people always complain that I don't film in other locations because I always film in the bathroom where the light is. Now, right now I've got the night light, reading light, whatever you want to call it, on my headboard, and I've got my overhead light on. And I don't know what that noise was. The blinds are open to the window, so there's natural light coming in from what little of my window isn't covered by a huge snake cage. Sometimes you'll see me here with my cat. Sometimes I might have my dad's dog. Sometimes I might have my snake out. So it's going to be chill, relax, laid back discussion kind of videos. They could be 10 minutes long, they could be half an hour long. So it just depends on the topic, and if you want them split up into like part 1, part 2 kind of thing, I can do that. If you want like 15-minute videos or 20-minute videos and then, you know, stop it there and then go on, and I can record the other part at the same time, but split them up so that they're not all in one sitting kind of video. And then you guys let me know what you want me to post. Do you want them posted weekly? Do you want them posted like once a month? Do you want me to post them when I just get one done? So it'll be kind of up to you guys, and you guys will be able to pick the topics. Send me like information on social media or comment on one of the videos and let me know what kind of topics you want to hear me talk about or research and then talk about, be it personal issues, relationship things, health related stuff, animal stuff, the way I live, how I live, any of those kinds of topics, or, you know, things that I might not know about. Like my mom had sent me 2 topics to talk about. Like, I don't know anything about fetishes, BDSM, pan. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I'm not adverse to talking about those types of topics, but for the most part, I'm a prude. So I don't know about those things because I'm not interested in those things. And I'm not really curious about a lot of those topics. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I'm pretty straight laced. And so some of those topics might be a little hard for me to talk about because I don't know anything about them. So, other than that, I mean, we can talk about religion. We can talk about one of the many religions that I've been, how I went through seminary, what certificates I hold. We can talk about my beliefs on certain things or how certain religions have certain beliefs, and some religions have a specific Bible that they use, whereas other religions use their version of a Bible. And we could talk about those kinds of things. We can talk about Florida weather, and how I think it makes some of the residents here in Florida a little bit nutty, because I really do think that the crazy weather that we have here does have an effect on people's emotions and their stability when it comes to their mental state. So we can talk about whatever. And hopefully you guys enjoy this series. Again, I am Rebecca, and this will be Real Talk with Rebecca. So hopefully you pull up a comfy chair and get a cup of whatever, and let me know what you want me to talk about first. I already have 2 ideas that I've already thought about, and about 4 or 5 more that people have told me over the past 2 days. So I will see you guys in a video tomorrow. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and let's get this conversation rolling. I'll see you in the comments. Bye.